In the year 325 AD, the trajectory of human civilization was quietly but permanently rewritten inside the heavily fortified stone wall of an ancient Roman city. Under a darkened, turbulent sky, an elite assembly of early Christian bishops marched slowly through the mud, answering a strict and unyielding imperial decree from the emperor himself. They carried with them hundreds of different gospels, intensely personal letters, and sacred theological texts, the vibrant, diverse, and often conflicting voices of a scattered global faith. But as the massive iron-reinforced wooden doors of Nicaea violently slammed shut against the outside world, the era of open theological debate was brought to a sudden, permanent, and violent end. Behind those closed, heavily guarded doors, a brutal and politically charged selection process began. A high-stakes trial to decide which specific texts would be deemed divine and authoritative, and which beautifully written alternative scriptures would be cast aside, condemned as heresy, and systematically wiped from the collective human memory forever. To truly comprehend the staggering scale of what was lost to time, we must look directly into the shadows at what the newly unified church desperately wanted to conceal from the masses. Before this massive imperial purge, the early Christian world was flooded with wildly alternative spiritual perspectives. Most notably, the highly controversial and deeply philosophical Gospel of Mary Magdalene. This text explicitly painted her not as a reformed sinner, but as the primary spiritual apostle, possessing profound secret knowledge that directly threatened the foundational male authority of the Roman Church structure. For centuries, mainstream historical narratives comfortably claimed that these alternative books simply faded away naturally due to a total lack of interest or relevance among early believers. Deep inside the cave, only flickering oil lamps pierced the darkness. Something has been hidden here for centuries, waiting to be found. A wooden chest, buried in sand, sealed shut for over 1,000 years. Trembling hands finally pry it open. In what lies something no one was ever meant to see. The Church's unwanted revelations, hidden for 17 centuries, ancient codices, bound in cracked, weathered leather, manuscripts older than the empires that tried to destroy them, the oldest book in the chest, the one that would set centuries of secrecy on fire. Inside the imperial hall, marble columns rise beneath tapestries of the new Roman faith emperor. Constantine sits in shadow, the most powerful man in the world, about to decide what is true. His ring catches the candlelight as he raises his hand. The fate of hundreds of texts rests in his fingers. Before the throne, a table buried under hundreds of scrolls, every gospel ever written, waiting to be judged, scholars argue, fists slamming on parchment. Which words are holy? Which words are heresy? Tempers rise. The room grows darker. This is not just theology, it's a battle for power. A scribe dips his quill in ink and draws a single line through a title. With that stroke, a gospel ceases to exist. 367 AD, the first official list of approved scripture. Everything left off, it is about to be erased from history. Midnight. A bonfire roars in the courtyard, fed by something far older than firewood. Roman soldiers stand guard in the firelight, spears resting, watching, making sure nothing escapes. Hooded monks carry baskets heavy with scrolls, walking slowly toward the flames. One by one, the baskets tip forward. Centuries of forbidden scripture vanish into the fire. Pages blacken and curl in an instant, words burning to history in seconds. A single charred page lifts from the fire, drifting into the black sky, the last trace of what was lost. Its glowing edge fades to ash, and just like that, an entire gospel disappears. Nag Hammadi, Egypt. 16 centuries later, the desert still keeps its secrets. What was once buried in fire is about to be uncovered in sand. A crack in the cliffside leads to a hidden cave. No one has entered in over 1,000 years. A flashlight beam cuts through total darkness, searching the rock for something history tried to erase. The light catches it, a clay jar, half buried, exactly where it was hidden centuries ago. An archaeologist's gloved hand brushes away the dust, uncovering what the church once tried to destroy, a cracked red wax seal, untouched since the day it was hidden. Is this the lost truth, finally found? The seal breaks, the lid lifts, and the darkness inside the jar finally opens. The camera pushes deeper into the jar's dark opening, into 16 centuries of silence, waiting to be broken. Some truths were never meant to stay buried.